Dear students, see last time we talked about friction. Now, as we discussed, see the friction force is produced because of the roughness of the surface in contact. Okay. Now see the friction force is always in the opposite direction of the motion. See the frictional force prevent impending motion. Okay, and the frictional force is a self-adjusting force. We also saw three types of friction. Out of that, two we discussed. First was static friction. Second was kinetic friction. And the third type is rolling friction. Now see the equation of the static friction. Fs is mu s into n. Mu s is the coefficient of static friction. Similarly, for the kinetic friction, Fk is mu k into n. Okay. We saw the equation Fk, there is a kinetic friction force is mu k into n. We also saw that F mu k is less than mu s. Now, see the third type of friction, that is rolling friction. Now see the rolling friction comes into action when one surface rolls over other surface. Whenever one surface rolls over the other surface, then the rolling friction come into action. Now see here in a rolling friction we can see the object which is rolling over other surface is momentarily in the contact with the body. Okay. Now see the rolling friction is smaller than the static friction by a factor of 2 or 3. See the rolling friction smaller than static friction that means the value of the rolling friction is less than kinetic friction and static friction. Also see here we have got a particular formula, static friction Fs is equal to mu s into n. See the Fk is mu s into n. See the rules of the or the nature of the rolling friction is little bit complex. Okay, so that's why here we are not given any particular formula for the rolling friction. Okay, but see the coefficient of rolling friction mu r is even smaller than mu k also, so we can write mu r is less than mu k is less than mu s. Okay, there is a coefficient of rolling friction is smaller than kinetic friction or the static friction. So this is all about the rolling friction. See the rolling friction comes into action when one surface rolls over the other surface. Now next we have to see about the advantage and disadvantage of friction. Okay. Now see the friction is like fire. Okay. Sometimes we require friction, sometimes we want to reduce the friction. Okay. Now let us say first okay. Now any surface can rest on another surface due to static friction. Now also the motion of the vehicle, okay, is due to friction between tire and road. Practically any motion is due to friction between the two surfaces in contact. So that's why for any sort of the motion, friction is required. Okay. Now we can write on the paper or I can write on this board by using chalk. That is also possible because of the friction between the chalk and the board. Okay. So that's why see the friction is a we say unnecessary evil. Now see the disadvantage. of friction. See, as I told, friction is like fire. Sometimes we want to increase it, sometimes we want to reduce. So because now, see the disadvantage. See, there is a wear and tear. In parts of machine. Okay, so the parts of the machine worn out because of the friction. Okay, why? Because in a machine parts there are many times there are number of moving objects. So the friction between that two surfaces, there is wear and tear in the machine. See the tires of the vehicle also has a wear and tear because of the friction. So in that case we want to have a compromise that up to what level the friction is acceptable. So when we want to reduce the friction, we use lubricants, okay, or sometimes suitable gases. Okay, now all of you are seeing the advertisement of Castrol or Servo. Okay, now Castrol, you know, they are the largest manufacturer of the lubricants throughout the all over the world. Okay, so as a lubricants we use oil or grease, or many times depending on the requirement we use suitable gases also. Now graphite is, we know, one of the form of the carbon is used to reduce friction at very high temperature. Okay, so this is about the advantage and disadvantage of friction. Okay, now any sort of the motion is possible because of the friction. Okay, we can write with help of friction. Now see, the position of any body on any surface is due to static friction. Now see the disadvantage. We have seen that there is wear and tear in the parts of the machines. Okay, see the tires of the vehicle are worn out. Okay, so that's why we try to reduce the friction. See, in that case we use lubricants or gases. Okay, we use oil or grease or suitable gases as per the requirement. See, the graphite is used as a lubricant where very high temperature is used. Okay, so this is about the advantage and disadvantage of the friction. See, next we have to study about the dynamics of the circular motion. Now we studied about some uniform circular motion. Okay, now in a uniform circular motion we have seen there is a centripetal acceleration. There is centripetal acceleration. Okay, now we derive the formula of the centripetal acceleration. AC or A is V square by I. Okay, now see, in a uniform circular motion, see there is centripetal force, that is F. Okay, now centripetal force is equal to m into A, that is known to us. See, if I write the value of acceleration, now this force is the centripetal. See, the direction of the centripetal force is toward the center. Now here we have to discuss two things. One is the motion of the vehicle on a level circular track, okay, and motion of the vehicle on a banked road, or there is a circular road with a slope. Now we start with the first one. See, we have to derive equation of maximum speed. Okay, derive the equation of maximum speed on a level circular path. Maximum on okay. Now let us say R is the radius okay of. Now let us say vehicle of mass m. M is the mass of vehicle. Now see, weight of the body or the vehicle is mg. See, normal condition balanced by n. Okay. Now that is a condition of the equilibrium. Okay. Mg is equal to n. Now see, this centripetal force provide necessary force. Okay. The centripetal force provide necessary friction for motion on a vehicle on a circular path. See, the frictional force F is equal to mu s into n. Okay. See that mv square upon r. Okay, we can write here r is the radius. Okay. Now so in case of motion of a vehicle in a circular track, see, the centripetal force is provided by the frictional force, that is F is equal to mu s into n. See, that we have studied earlier. Here generally this F should be less than okay. Now see, we have to find out maximum safe speed. Okay. Now right now it is in terms of inequality. Now let V is equal to V max is a maximum permissible okay. So right now we have terms written in terms of inequality, but in that case we have to have a comparison. Now see, our n is equal to mg is known to us, so we can write mu s into mg. M we write v square max upon r. Okay. So v square max is mu s into r into g. So maximum permissible speed is given by the equation v max is equal to mu s into r into g. Mu s is the coefficient of static friction, r is the radius of the circular track, and g is the gravitational acceleration. We can see in this equation nowhere the mass of the body is coming, so we can say the maximum safe speed on a level circular track is independent of the mass of the body. Okay, so this is about the motion of a vehicle on a level circular track. Okay, so in that case we have derived the formula. See, the necessary frictional force is provided by the centripetal force, that is mv square by r. Okay, now we have, by using the equality, that is a maximum safe speed, we have obtained the value of the maximum safe speed. We also saw that it do not depend on the mass of the vehicle. Now next is a motion of a vehicle on a banked curved road. Okay, motion of the vehicle on a banked curved road. See, when you see the in a hilly regions, okay, let us say on the mountaineering you might have gone. Okay, so see, the road is not straight like this, but you can see this is a circular road. So we say some slope is there. See, this is called the banking of the road. Okay, that is called the banking of the curved road. So here we have to see the we have to discuss motion of a vehicle on that is a circular road. Okay. Now see, these are all design criteria. Okay. So depending on the curvature and the slope available, see, the motion maximum safe speed of a vehicle is decided. Many of you have seen that. See, in a hilly region, whenever a circular road, see, we have a board. See, this is a speed limit or a gati maryada. So that is determined by taking into account all these things. Okay. Now See, next we derive the equation for the maximum safe speed on a banked curved road or a circular road with a slope. Now see here, let us say theta is the slope. Again, this is a curved road. R is a radius. Theta is the angle or inclination. Now see here. Okay. Now in that case, see our normal force also will bend. See, weight will be always in the downward direction, mg. But see, on a horizontal surface mg is balanced by n. But on a banked curved road there is a slope. See, this n also will bend by amount of theta. Okay. Now this is n. Okay. Now this angle will be theta. So what are the component? Okay. What are the component of the force? One will be n cos theta. Okay. Now this is by the definition of component of a vector. Okay. See here you can see the nowhere x and y is given, but see the component of vector in any direction is nothing but product of the magnitude of the vector and cosine of the angle made with a given direction. So by the same reasoning you can prove this is n sin theta. Again, see, this is a curved road. Centripetal force will be mv square by r. Okay. Now see the frictional force. See, the vehicle is moving up. Okay. Frictional force, as we have discussed, always in the opposite direction of the motion. F is the friction force. Now see what we can see. These two are parallel line and this is a transversal, so this theta and this theta will be equal. So what are the component of friction force? See, this will be F cos theta and this will be F sin theta. Okay. Now see, and there are two components, n cos theta and n sin theta. See the frictional force. See, the motion of the vehicle is in upward along the slope. See, the frictional force will be always in the downward direction. So the component of friction force will be F cos theta and F sin theta. Now we consider equilibrium. So we can see forces n cos theta will balance by mg plus F sin theta. Now we have to recall the equation. F is equal to mu s into n. Okay, that I have to substitute here. So n cos theta is mg plus mu s into n sin theta. Okay, so we can write mg is equal to n cos theta. This will move to the left hand side, mu s into n sin theta. Now what we can take common here? So this will be n cos theta minus mu s sin theta. Now let us say this is our equation number 1. Now see, the other component of the forces are, we can see here. Okay, see, that is F cos theta plus F n sin theta. See, that is balanced by the centripetal force. Again we can use F is equal to mu s into n. Okay, that is mu s into n cos theta plus n sin theta. Okay. Now see what we can take common here. Here also we can take n common. Okay. Now see, let us say this is our equation number 2. See, the first equation was mg is equal to n cos theta minus mu s sin theta. Now, see, we take ratio of equation 2 and 1. Okay, that will be mg square upon r n mu s cos theta upon, here will be mg balanced by n cos theta minus mu s sin theta. Okay, this is how we have taken the ratio of equation 1 and 2. Now, so what we see here, this m will get cancelled, n also will get cancelled. So what happens? V square upon rg is mu s cos theta plus sin theta upon cos theta minus mu s. Now, see, if I divide all the four terms, both numerator and denominator. Okay, so what we'll get? Mu s sin upon cos is tan theta. We'll get cancelled 1 minus mu s sin upon cos. Okay, so v square upon rg. Okay, initially this also was in terms of the inequality, but right now we have taken, let us say, v is equal to v max. Okay, that is a maximum safe speed. Okay, so v square is equal to rg tan theta plus mu s. Okay, so v max tan theta plus mu s. Okay, so this is the equation of a maximum safe speed on a banked curved road. Now, this is a very important question, can be asked in a 3-mark question. Now, see, many times they call as a optimum speed. Now, see, optimum speed is not maximum or a minimum speed. See, that is for a given condition. Okay, that is for the given condition. Now, let us say, see, the roads are such that there is no friction. Roads are such that there is no friction. So that particular condition, mu s is equal to 0, gives us the value of the optimum speed. So if I substitute mu s is equal to 0, here also 0, this term will become 0. So what is left? This will be our optimum speed, v0 is equal to under root rg tan. Okay, now see, this is about the optimum speed. Okay, now this is a very interesting question. Okay, and see, the numerical can also be asked for this. Okay, now we take numerical based on this, so that's why it will give us idea how. See, the circular road, then the circular road with the slope and the optimum speed varies, okay, for a given condition. Now, this is nothing but our, see, the examples of the textbook. Okay, now there is example 5. Now here only 1 or 2 condition is given, but just for better understanding, okay, we can see how the things can happen. Now see, a level circular track or a circular rod with slope. See, the radius is 300 and theta is 50. Okay, now from we should require value of the tan theta. I think 0.2679 we can see in the textbook also. You can see in the table of natural tangent. Yes, 0.2679. Now see, the coefficient of friction is given as 0.2. Now G value is, okay. Now see, first we find out maximum shape speed on level circular track. So in that case we use okay. Now let me solve. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So this you can solve. Okay. That is about 26.1 meter per second. Okay. Now we use optimum speed. That is Rg tan theta. Okay. So that will give us 10, 15 we are having 300. Okay, and finally for a circular road with a slope Rg tan theta plus mu s 1 minus mu s tan theta. So if I substitute the value, I get as 38.1 meter per second. So what do the comparison shows? So now here only see the friction between the tire and the road. See, the speed was available 26.1. Now see, when road is provided with some slope, okay, see it provides some more friction, so we were to able drive the vehicle with some more speed. You can see the value is larger, and see both the combination friction and the slope, friction between the tire and the road and the slope provide some more speed, that is 38.1 meter per second. So that's why we can see this type of arrangement is very useful. So while designing the roads in the various regions, okay. So that is how this is very important. So in a hilly regions, see the road is provided with a slope. Also, see the materials is used, or the road is designed in such a way it helps us to drive with some more speed. So this is about the motion of the vehicle on a banked curved road. Now these two questions very important. Either can be asked in the form of numericals or in terms of theory. Now see, next is see the motion of the connected bodies, or see the problems in mechanics. Okay. Now that is very interesting topic. Okay. Now instead of calling object or a body, we talk of a system. Okay. Now in that case we have to consider the forces acting on an individual body. See, that is represented in terms of FBD. Okay, this sometimes it is called force body diagram. Okay, so we have to consider or forces acting on each individuals. Let us say our system is like this. Okay, let us say the external force is F. Okay, or we say system is like this. See, it is tied with a string or a rope. Okay, so we have to consider the force acting on individual bodies. Okay, that is called force body diagram. See, in the next lecture we will discuss this in detail. Okay, right now we stop here. See, next time this topic will take in detail. Thank you.